invite Jim Kroll and Richard Swartzel, who are already up there. They are members of both of the implementation team and what we call the campus assessment team. That's the group that's been working on a campus master plan, and they've got a few words for us as we continue to celebrate the exciting direction that we are headed in together as a congregation.
I'm Jim, by the way, for those of you who don't know me. I'm currently serving as a co-chair of properties along with Lee Derby. Generally speaking, when I pray, whether publicly or privately, I almost always include some phrasing where I ask God to help me recognize when He speaks to me. And along with that, that would give me the courage to actually act on His guidance. Sometimes I feel like God needs a 2x4 to attract my attention. And occasionally it takes more than once. I'm a hard sell, apparently. During this past 3 years, I have been able to witness through a dream team, a vision team, an implementation team, and currently the campus assessment team, many diverse people dealing with diverse ideas, diverse pieces of information, and diverse options of how to proceed from that point. The discussions frequently are long, sometimes over a period of several meetings, where we look and think, are we really moving forward? And we haven't, I don't think, any time gotten discouraged by that. But after a while, suddenly, it seems these ideas coalesce into a unified course of action to pass along to the next group. Whap! God's 2x4 is at work. This had to happen several times to me before I recognized the whap. And once I recognized it, I became even more excited with each progressive step that has started from the concept of a long-range plan, which didn't have anything to do with the building project, to where we are today with the campus assessment team and the master plan. This church has had a long-standing commitment to mission work from the very first stone that was laid in this wall way back. We have had that commitment to mission. This is a big project. It's a complex project. Even though Kathy was the one who kicked the first stone that started this process down the hill, it's not her project. It's not Richard's project. It's not John Calvin's project. And it's not my project. It's God's project. I have a strong feeling this is what God intends for us to be doing right now. When I look at this master plan and I look at the different parts of it, it seems that every piece of it affords us the opportunity to be God's hand in this congregation, in this community of Blowing Rock, and beyond. So to that I say, wow. Thanks be to God.
Well, Jim's portrayal of this process is spot on, and as I look out amongst you, I see a lot of folks that share this. I sat with Alice a lot of the meetings that we had, and I can tell you that none of us on the implementation team had a building project in mind when we started this process. Our focus was on missions and ministry, but we quickly realized that we needed changes in the campus to meet the objectives that we were trying to implement. After combining our efforts with the Properties Committee and renovations that they were planning, we developed a campus master plan that transforms this campus into a facility that supports all of the church's long-range goals. The plan increases utilization. That was one of the things at the top of the list. One of the things we struggled with from the beginning was, how do we get the campus more utilized, not only amongst us, but also bringing more of the community in. Updating the maps quickly kind of got folded into all of this, because as we looked at it, it was built in 1961. It just needed, there was a lot of deferred maintenance, and it needed a lot of other changes made. We had kind of focused about midway through all of this, we started focusing on Blowing Rock Cares Food Pantry, because that was a ministry we already had going in the life of our church. And so this plan consolidates them into one space. It's an expanded space with improved access. Right now, we've got part of it in the third floor of the education building, where the distribution is happening out of our nursery area. And then when COVID struck, we kind of took over the whole fellowship hall. And so it is spread all over right now. This will improve the campus accessibility and flow, and making entrances and corridors intuitive. When you park in our parking lot and we have new visitors and whatever comes, sometimes they're kind of scratching their head. I know I was the first time we came here about 3 years ago. Well, how do we get to the sanctuary? And so there's going to be a main entrance right off of the parking lot at ground level. The accessibility of that is going to be much improved from what we have now. This plan will address a lot of the deferred maintenance that we have over in Rumpel House, and the restorations are going to be to the historical standards. We're going to improve energy efficiency and usage in this whole plan, the way that we're looking at doing everything, and that's with a lot of input we've had from Creation Cares. This also incorporates a multi-purpose space. So instead of building spaces where they're only used one time in the week, this multi-purpose space is going to be used for church fellowship, indoor recreation, visiting youth and mission groups, community activities, vacation Bible school, and summer camps and performances, not only from our church, but from the community at large. It's also going to create a gathering space. As we're struggling this morning, we talked about having lemonade on the lawn, and now all of a sudden the weather doesn't look good, and how we're going to fit everything in. This whole office area here is going to be opened up into a large gathering space, with the offices moved into Rumpel House, and that's going to give us a chance to improve our pre-service fellowship, the bridal groups, and for funeral services as well. As part of the plan, we're also including a columbarium that's going to be out here in the courtyard. We're going to have to move the playground, but it's going to be another nice gathering space in and amongst the buildings. Although I think all of us will enjoy these campus improvements, the real excitement is the expanded mission and ministry programs, now with more possibilities in the future. Now that the session has approved this plan, progress is underway. Site work is scheduled to begin tomorrow morning at the Manse, and the capital campaign is organizing for an August or September rollout. As Kathy mentioned, after the service, Jim and I are going to be out here in the lobby. I think we can call it lobby. Outside the office area, we do have lots of renderings and some floor plans, and I know I love to talk about this project, so if you have any questions or just want to talk about it, please stop by.